Hi guys, I'm back for another video, and in this video we'll be doing chocolate chip cookies. Chewy in the middle and a little crunchy around the edges. So the first thing you'll need is 2 cups of unsalted butter, which is about 4 sticks of butter. 2 cups of brown sugar, light brown sugar. Here you'll need 2 cups of that. You'll need 2 cups of granulated sugar. It's just your regular sugar that you use on a daily basis. 4 large eggs, room temperature. You also need the egg, butter to be room temperature. Both will need to be room temperature. 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You use that one, or the artificial flavoring is also just fine. They both taste about the same. You'll need 5 cups of all-purpose flour. 4 tablespoons of corn starch. This is what is to help the cookies be soft in the middle and sort of crunchy around the edges. You'll need 2 teaspoons of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of your regular salt. And then about 2 to 3 bags of your chocolate chip cookies. All right, so let's get started. Also, I'll put down in the link below like a half portion of this recipe. So all you would have to do is half everything if you didn't want to make as many cookies as I'm making today. So, all right, we're gonna start out with our butter. So we'll need 4 of these. Softened, already room temperature. And the only thing I'll be using to mix everything up is just a wooden spoon. I won't be using any hand mixer or tabletop mixer. And then we're going to mix the butter up just a little bit, flatten it out. All right, next we're going to do our brown sugar. We're going to need 2 cups of brown sugar. All right, that's 1 cup. Make sure to pack it down to make sure you actually have 2 cups of brown sugar. All right, that's 2 cups and then 2 cups of regular sugar. Cups of sugar. Let's give this a mix before we add our eggs and vanilla. Just try to get both of these incorporated really well. You're going to mix these 3 ingredients until they almost become sort of one substance together. Everything will mix together just to become one. And this may take a few minutes. It's a very important step. And because the butter was room temperature, it's not very difficult to mix up. There we go. Two spoons are going to do all the work today. All right, now the 4 eggs. Again, if you don't want to make a big batch like I'm making, just half everything. 2 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, 2 sticks of butter. All right, get this mixed up really well. All right, now we're going to do 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'll actually be using the artificial because I actually like the way it tastes. One, 2, 3, and 4. Mix this up really well. All right, and that should be all of our wet ingredients. I'll set that to the side and we'll start on the dry ingredients. All right, the first thing we need is 5 cups of flour. Always like to sift it. 2. This will start out with 2. All right, 3 more cups. 3. 4. And we'll do 2 at a time. And then we have 1 more left. All right, and then 4 tablespoons of corn starch. And this is what helps the centers to stay soft and chewy, and then the outsides have a little crisp on them. Really good cookies. 3 and 4. And then 2 teaspoons of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of salt. 2. 2 teaspoons of salt. 1, 2. And you get your handy whisk. Just whisk it in, whisk it in. Give it a good mix. Very important step. Because you need your baking soda and cornstarch to be mixed through each and every cookie. And you don't want like one thing of salt over here and then you get a big bite of salt. You wouldn't want that. So mixing this or doing this step is very important. All right. Let's bring back our wet ingredients. Do a little bit less than half. Start folding it in. This is very time consuming, very tedious, but you could use a stand mixer or a hand mixer. I just sometimes feels like it over mixes, so I don't really mind taking my time and doing it by hand. So I think we mixed up pretty good. Now you can add your chocolate chips. It did take a bit of time, but I just think for me, it's better anyway. So get my chocolate chips. Probably going to put about three bags in here. You can also use this recipe, the same base recipe, the flour and the liquid mixture with the eggs and the vanilla, to do pecans and chocolate chips or even oatmeal cookies. The same base is the same, it's just a different topping. Probably gonna need one more. Hasn't gotten down to the bottom. Okay, one more. I want to make sure like every bite has chocolate chips. Clean the spoon. All right, now it's getting a bit more difficult to turn, but it's fine. There's a spot that could take a bit more. I think you will. Okay, I think there's a lot of chocolate chips throughout. Maybe I'll get just a few more. I like a lot of chocolate chips, as you can see. So. All right, I think that's good. I may just go ahead and pour the whole thing in there, the last bit. So. Let's get this mixed. Yep, I think we're just about there. All right, now what you want to do is preheat. So you're going to cook these you're going to preheat your oven to 350. You want to cook them for about 14 to 15 minutes, maybe a little less. It really just depends on your oven. Also before that, for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, I would just stick this in the freezer just to let everything harden up, and it'll be easier to scoop out and they'll spread perfectly. You don't have to press them down. They'll spread out just right. So just about 10 minutes in the freezer, oven on 350 degrees, and you'll cook them for about 14, 15 minutes, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. All right. All right, it's time to load up the cooking pan. Don't forget your parchment paper. I just have a little ice cream scoop. I'll be doing 3 across and I think 4 down. Again, preheat your oven to 350. And they'll go in for about 14 to 15 minutes each. All right, there's our first batch. All right, here's the first batch. All right, here's the finished product of the cookies. I think they turned out pretty good. Soft in the middle, a little crisp around the edges. Hope you guys have liked the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.